He once closed billion-dollar deals with a flick of his pen. But the night he saw her soaked, trembling, and cradling a lifeless baby on the sidewalk, everything changed. She didn't beg for money. She begged for a chance to save her child. And in that instant, the coldest man on Wall Street did something no one expected. He gave up his empire. For love, your son is dying, move. That was the first thing Rachel Evans heard from a stranger as she knelt in the freezing rain on Fifth Avenue, cradling her baby boy. 3-month-old Noah lay limp in her arms, his lips blue, his chest barely rising. Please, she choked out, her voice hoarse and raw. Please help me. He's not breathing. But the city moved on. Pedestrians avoided her like she was contagious. A man in a trench coat stepped over her. Another woman turned her face and pulled her daughter closer. No one stopped. And then a black BMW screeched to a halt at the curb. The door swung open, and out stepped a man in a $6,000 tailored suit. Rain drenched his shoulders, but he didn't flinch. He stared at Rachel, soaked, desperate, and then his eyes dropped to the baby in her arms. Michael Grant, ruthless billionaire, CEO of Grant Enterprises, net worth $4.5 billion, known for being cold, efficient, unshakable, but something inside him cracked that night. Stand up, he said quietly. Now your son is my son too. Let's go. He didn't ask who she was, didn't ask why. He simply scooped them both into the car and hit the gas. Mount Sinai Hospital. Rachel clutched Noah in the back seat, whispering his name like a prayer. Michael drove like a man possessed, weaving through traffic, his jaw set. Inside the air, chaos erupted. Crash carts, oxygen, doctors shouting. He's in respiratory failure. We need surgery now. It'll cost $250,000. Michael didn't blink. Do it. Save him. I'll cover everything. A nurse hesitated. Are you the legal guardian? I said everything, Michael snapped. Save the child. Rachel collapsed against the wall as they wheeled Noah away. Her body shook, soaked and numb. Michael draped his jacket around her shoulders. Ben, he said into his phone, get dry clothes. Women's size 8. And hot food now. Rachel looked up. Who are you? Someone who wants to help. I'm Rachel, she whispered. And my son. His name is Noah. Michael looked at her and felt something he hadn't felt in years, something real. Noah will be okay, he said. I promise. As Noah underwent surgery, Rachel told her story. 20-2. Pregnant during her junior year. Boyfriend vanished. Parents disowned her. No health insurance. Working nights in a diner. Studying education by day. No sleep. No help. I walked through the storm because I had to. Michael listened. Not with sympathy but fury. At the man who abandoned her. At the parents who slammed the door. At the system that left her here. Where do you live? He asked. Shared room in the Bronx. 4 people. 1 bathroom. That's no place for a baby. It's all I can afford. He imagined her, rocking her baby at night, then studying by the flicker of a hallway bulb. Then he asked, what do you want from life? She blinked. To finish school. To be a teacher. To give Noah a home. And a dream. Michael leaned forward. What if I told you you could have that? She frowned. I don't understand. Come work for me. Personal assistant. I'll pay for school. Find you a home. Secure a future for you and Noah. I can't accept charity. It's not charity. It's an investment in someone brave. At that moment, the surgeon walked in. He made it. Rachel fell into Michael's arms, sobbing, and for the first time in his life, Michael Grant felt whole. 3 weeks later, Rachel stepped into A warm apartment on the Upper West Side. 2 bedrooms. A nursery. Real sunlight. No mildew. No broken locks. Just safety. Noah giggled in her arms, healthy and strong. Michael kept every promise. Paid her tuition. Got her a job in community outreach. Hired a kind nanny so she could study without guilt. And every afternoon, Michael came by at first to check on Noah. But then, he lingered. He kicked off his shoes, loosened his tie, stayed for dinner, laughed, really laughed. Rachel tried not to hope. But the way he looked at her softer, longer, it stirred something. One night, she asked, "Why did you help us?" Michael looked away. "I grew up in an orphanage. No pictures. No memories. Just a crib in the corner. I used to hope someone would come and say, 'That one, he's mine,' but no one did. So I stopped hoping." Rachel reached for his hand. "When? I saw you with Noah in the rain. I couldn't walk away, because I knew what it felt like to be that baby." "You saved us," she whispered. "You saved me," he replied. But not everyone was happy. Paparazzis snapped photos. Headlines screamed, "Wall Street shark falls for single mom." Rachel's estranged parents came knocking. "We didn't know this is where you'd end up," her mother said, eyeing the luxury apartment. "You kicked me out because I was pregnant," Rachel replied coldly. "Not because I was poor." Michael stepped in. "She doesn't owe you anything." They left, bitter and embarrassed. But the real storm came from within Michael's company. Shareholders revolted. His board called an emergency meeting. Rachel overheard him on the phone. "They want me to choose the company or you." Her heart stopped. That night, Michael sat alone on the balcony, the city lights below him like a million lifeless dollars. Signs. Inside, Rachel slept on the couch. Noah curled on her chest out, and as the sun rose, Michael chose. He walked into the boardroom and resigned. "I'm done," he said, placing a folder on the table. "Effective immediately." "You're walking away from billions?" One executive gasped. "No," Michael replied. "I'm walking towards something that matters." And he never looked back. 6 months later, they launched Bright Steps, a nonprofit for young mothers, early education, and underserved families. Rachel became its heart, Michael its spine. They moved into a brownstone above the office. Laughter echoed through the halls. Noah's scribbles decorated the walls. Michael no longer wore suits but soft sweaters and silly socks. He cooked. He chased Noah barefoot. He was happy. One night, after a sprinkler fight on the rooftop, Michael walked in, towel slung over his shoulder. "You've got glitter in your hair," he teased. "Occupational hazard," Rachel laughed. He handed her tea. "A year ago, my biggest worry was stock prices. Now it's if Noah will pee on the couch." She smiled. "Do you miss it?" "Not even a little." 3 months later, they married under the trees of Prospect Park. No VIPs. No billionaires. Just the people they'd helped: social workers, single moms, children who knew what love meant. Noah carried the rings. Michael wore a department store suit. Rachel wore a cream dress. And when they kissed, the world stopped. The headlines came. Again, ex-CEO marries waitress, builds charity from scratch. Michael didn't care. Let them whisper. Let them wonder how a man gave up fortune for family. Let them never understand. Because love isn't a business deal. It's a risk. A choice. A new beginning. 1 year later, Rachel and Michael sat on the brownstone. Steps, cocoa in hand, watching Noah draw chalk hearts on the sidewalk. "You ever think about that night?" she asked softly. "All the time," he replied. "I thought I was saving Noah," she said. "But maybe I was saving you." Michael smiled. "And I thought I was saving you. But you both saved me." She leaned into him. "Crazy how one moment can change everything. No, he whispered. Everything changed because we chose to change it.